calendar pages were turning too fast. The final weeks of school, I wanted them to last. We had our blueprints, we had our grand designs, but reality was shifting, crossing all our lines. I walked the perimeter, pacing for days before the final bell rang through the hallways, trying to find the words to make the clock freeze, begging the wind to just pause in the trees. I was holding out hope for a summer school grace, a little more time just to look at your face, but the halls were empty and the locker slammed shut. A quiet division cutting right through the gut. It was physically drained in a heavy dark way to fight a momentum already set by fate, pouring all of my soul to alter the track of a train that was moving and never looking back. You were tagging your bags, ready for the new dawn, while I was still standing where you wanted me gone. I wanted to hold you to say we get through, but you closed your eyes. It was all lost on you. She wanted me to give up. She had all the pride. She had the logic and the world on her side. She told me to let go. She whispered goodbye, but the truth in my chest wouldn't look at the sky. Everyone told me to move on a run, but my heart kept living in that last summer sun. Then the last afternoon, the shadows grew long. We sat on a bench where we used to belong. You explained all the reasons, the choices you made, with a cold steady rhythm as the afternoon decayed. Yeah.
Your words made sense to a rational mind.
Well, logic is something that just leaves behind.
My heart couldn't take it.
Would accept the decree when you walked away.
You left the ghost here with me.
The summer arrived like a weight on my chest, a beautiful season in a funeral dress. The world kept on moving, but nothing looked right. The flowers grew thorns in the middle of night. The rain didn't wash, it just looked like my tears, and a heavy gray silence drifted into the years. My friends shook their head, said you gotta be strong. You're chasing a shadow, she's already gone, but the memory stayed sweet. They refused to grow old. I lived in those school weeks, ignoring the cold. They called it a prison, they called it a crime, but I knew I was right to be frozen in time. She wanted me to build up. She had all the pride. She had the logic and the world on her side. She told me to let go. She whispered goodbye, but the truth in my chest wouldn't look at the sky. Every night told me to move on and run, but my heart kept living in that last summer sun. This became a highway of working through the dark, fueling the fire from a single fading spark. Commitment isn't foolish when the feeling is absolute. I kept building my life on a deep, stubborn loop. Yeah. They thought I was broken, they thought I was blind, but I was just waiting for the stars to align. And then came the day when the harbor was done, the farm finally broke for the ghost of the sun. You're the crowd of the city, the passage of years, the face that I prayed for through all of my tears. The world finally bent to the strength of my will. The universe answered, the heartbeat stood still. I found you again, by the open roads meet, and the bitter old summer finally turned to me. She wanted me to give her, but look at us now. The world worked it out and it showed us all how. You gotta stick to your heart and the logic says no. You gotta hold on to the visions that refuse to let go. I stayed in the memory until it came true, and finding you again. Yeah.